Hey guys, it's your girl Wandika, originally from Jamaica, and today I'd like to show you week 3 in my July planner. Alright, so you guys saw how I sort of assembled some parts of this journal, and so I want to show you both this week and give you a preview of next week, as well as talk to you a little bit about how I'm going to document my trip to the writer's retreat. Alright, so of course we have the calendar. You know, I like to have a calendar in each volume. Now, the strange thing is that I did have this book ready by Sunday, but I just didn't get around to transcribing the stuff that I had written down. But I'll do that. That's the only page that's not done is Sunday for some reason. But this was a card that I made into a pocket or a tuck spot. Alright, and so this is made with a bunch of scraps, and you can tell this was an oatmeal packet, and I just put my receipts in here. Right. I did get a couple more old books at Goodwill that I'm going to transform when I get back. And of course I have my to-do list. These were scraps from the calendar page. This was a scrap from something that I had put in another book. Of course, you know, I have my picture of the day. I like to just remember. Sometimes when I can look at what I wore that day and how it was, I remember a lot more. So I like to put that there. I have a pocket there. I was gonna write something more about the day, but I was really busy and didn't get around to it. I might do it on an off day. Of course, we have the to-do list, picture. This is my bus pass, and it's good because it gives a timestamp, and I like, you know, to have that kind of documentation. And I've been using these little cards in the journals I make and in my planner as well. This is actually a picture of the pre-library at UL, and I spend a lot of time writing there. So when I was going through the calendar and I saw this picture, I was like, I definitely want this in here. It has like the, you know, citrus, and just kind of remind me of home a little bit in this shot. I didn't take a full picture myself for some reason. I guess I didn't take it at the beginning of the day. When I don't take it at the beginning of the day or while I'm at school, you know, sometimes I miss the window. I'm just too tired and I just look kind of haggard, and I don't necessarily want to document that. But I wore these very comfortable shoes, and it was a bit rainy, so it was good that I had these shoes. Of course, we have the to-do list. I said I was going to phase out these, but it turned out that I had just enough for this month. And so when I do next month, I'm going to have to figure out what kind of paper will I be using for my to-do list. And same thing there. I'm using of this washi tape, kind of brighten things up, and this stamp, because I stayed in. It was my students' writing day. I like to give them a writing day before an assignment is due, because if we've covered everything that prepares them and we've gone through all of the stages, if there is an allowance in the semester or the session, I do give them a writing session where I tell them go and work on their paper, because it's summer and everything is very intense. So especially it was useful that way. And journaling card I didn't actually use, but this is also a tuck spot. I put this down before the picture. I wasn't sure what I was going to put there, but I ended up putting just a regular picture of myself. And this was the last teaching day for the summer session. So I guess I do look relaxed. And then I have this for journaling. I didn't get around to doing it. I think I will be doing a lot of these things like while I'm in the airport, you know. Yeah, I think I will just populate the rest of those areas when I'm there. I made a, you know, I love lists, as you guys can tell. So I made a list of things that I need to pack because I have to just pack really light, but I don't want to forget anything. So I have been thinking about how am I going to do this where I don't have a carry-on. So I made a list of things, and this was Friday. I took a picture because I was like blazing through these papers, like still being very meticulous, but I told them I would get them back to them really quickly because I was not going to be there for that week. And so, oh, one thing I need to tell you guys is that if you buy something from the store this week and the upcoming week, I won't be able to ship it until I get back. So I'll make a note on the website that if you purchase something, the shipping will be delayed by a week. So if that's okay with you, no problem. But if you want to wait until it's active again, you can still purchase, you can still peruse, but I won't be able to send out the packages until I get back. So just bear that in mind. And then today, and I covered up the numbers because I have a lot of things to do to prep before I leave. I have to think about my plants. I have to think about things for the students, cleaning the apartment, doing laundry. So I know there was going to be a long list, so I had to just cover up those numbers. And then we have a pocket there, some more space because I am going to go out, so most likely I'll take a picture and most likely I'll have receipts, so I have this ready for that. Now the next signature is the upcoming week, and I want to show you because I've put down a lot of the stuff that I need because I have a feeling that I won't have time to sit and do my usual thing. Like at night I would be like updating my journal and stuff, but I won't have all of the stuff at my disposal. So what I did was, because I'm going to New Mexico, I got this paper pack that I had this paper pack for a while that has sort of a desert, you know, theme, and I thought it was perfect because it also had these very interesting designs that are sort of synonymous with New Mexico and places like that. And so I put this down, I put down the date and everything, all the little things that I would add later I didn't know. And of course we have pockets. I have this stamp where this travel stamping thing, and I was going to say, should I bring my stamping stuff, and I just don't think I'll have room. So I made the stamp that I wanted there because I'm going from Louisiana to New Mexico. So it didn't come with this part. I had to draw in this stuff, except it did come with this stamp. So I put this is where it is. So I'm going to Teos, New Mexico, and so I just put that there. And of course some journaling space. So I'm glad I did this. I spent at least about an hour just doing this stuff, finding stuff, cutting stuff out, so that I won't have to worry about it when I'm there. Same here, just have accents all around. And I knew that I was going to be traveling, so I had sewn this in already, this part of that Tim Holtz paper pack. I sewed it in already because I knew I would be traveling. And you know, already put down this stuff, so I think I'm ready. All I have to do is just, you know, write. And maybe if I do bring my Instax, I'm planning on bringing this and some film. It's really small, and so it prints from my phone, and they're gonna have Wi-Fi, so I know I'll be able to print. It's gonna be some small pictures. So what I'm thinking is this, because I have, this is my, in terms of books, these are the things that I'm bringing. I'm bringing my writing log because I keep track of my progress with stories, ideas, and so on in a separate book. this is my daily journal, and I love how it already has the same kind of pattern and so on. Well, the stuff in here is personal, so I won't really show you that, but you know. So I have this for my daily journaling, and to write, these are for my story drafts. Normally I have one book, but what I have found is that sometimes I work on several stories at once, like at least 2 stories at once, because sometimes when one story lags, I work on the other one and have fresh eyes, and when that one lags, I go to the other one, so that way I still have momentum. But what I found was that sometimes I couldn't judge how long a story would be, and so even if I left space in the book, I would end up having to write on different paper, and so I decided that I would separate it. So I will be working on 3 different stories. So I have these 3 different books that and I showed you this already, where I already sewed these stuff in. This was an original book that I got at TJ Maxx, and I just sewed in my tea-dyed paper, you know. So that's ready. The thing that's different is this. As I said, found these travel notebook pouches at Tuesday morning, and they were so cheap that I was like, I definitely, even though I don't normally use this size, and like I will find a use for it because this deal is too good to pass up. It was just like $2.99 for the cover and some ruled paper and so on, but I took out the ruled paper and tea-dyed it and used it for other things. Anyway, so when I made this, I didn't think New Mexico, but it really ties in, you know, the same kind of designs and stuff. And I have some sayings, and I have the stuff that I'm gonna put in here for the Instax, and that's what I think I will be using. I think I will take the pictures, I'll print the pictures this size and put in here, and when I get home I'll just do bigger versions for this. But I decided that I wanted a New Mexico book that just kind of, and I'm gonna write about the days, what happened and so on, just like a travel journal. I thought I wouldn't need a separate travel journal, but I think I will, because it's, you know, a different feeling than just planning things to do. It's me talking about the place and the people that I meet and so on. So I have that already, put down a couple things, you know, and then I have the scraps in here. All I will need to do is bring a glue stick. And I also I sewed in some watercolor paper, because the last time I forgot all my art stuff and the place was just gorgeous, and I was like, I wish I had brought all my art stuff so I could paint it. I haven't been painting in a while. It's been several months, at least I think 8 months that I haven't actually painted anything. So, and you know, this actual fabric has the same kind of theme, so everything just worked out great that I'm gonna just make this my New Mexico travel journal, even though I have a planner which is separate. So I'm really excited because the last time I went for this writers conference, retreat, residency, it was so beneficial. I got so much work done. I got a lot of great constructive criticism, you know, and the people there were just nice and welcoming, and it was a wonderful experience. And so I have really high hopes that it will be just like that this time. I don't see why it shouldn't. And you know, now I'm ready. I just need to create my craft kit so I can pack sensibly, because I don't want to be like, you know, I wish I had brought this and so on. So I'm sure I'm gonna bring some washi tape, like a few. Let me see if I can find, like, this is kind of tropical, you know, this has a travel theme. Yeah, this one I'm definitely bringing, because when I got it at Michael's, I said, yeah, this would be great for when I'm going to New Mexico, because they have these mountain ranges, you know. So I'll bring a few, and washi tape doesn't really take up a lot of space anyway. So, and maybe something like this. So, and of course a glue stick, a couple glue sticks, pencils, and and small things. Like I have a really small pack of these, you know, and I might bring this. I might bring my watercolor pencils because since I'm not going to check a bag, I don't want to have the issue with liquids and so on. But I actually do have a water pen. I don't know where it is. I'll probably need to put that on the list. So I'll have a water pen. Oh, and I think I'm going to bring this one too. You know, the same kind of design. Yeah, so I'll make a craft list and pack smart so that I can have my stuff with me. I can still do the work that I'm going to go there to do. So thanks so much for patronizing my store and telling me how you love your journals. It really helps, and I hope the rest of you check it out. And as I said earlier, just remember that if you do purchase something this week or next week, that there will just be a delay in shipping. So just by a week. So I'll be back on the 31st. I'll be able to start shipping out journals again. All right. Thanks so much for sticking around. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I am this close to 2,000 subscribers. So check it out and tell your friends. And I'll see you guys next time. Walk good.